Essence, the basic, real, and invariable nature of a thing. If there was ever one thing that needed to be returned to its basic, real, and invariable nature, that thing is strategy. Like a boat with no anchor flailing about in the open sea, strategy has become unmoored from its true meaning. It has become meaningless. Analysis of the term strategy during the past 50 years has identified 91 different definitions. Research with 400 companies shows that more than half don't have a common definition of strategy. If there's any question in your mind as to strategy's decomposing meaning, take a look at a few of the plans in your company and see if strategy has a consistent understanding. Then sit in on some of the meetings and listen for how it's used. Do you see a clear and consistent use of the term strategy? For the majority of people, the answer is no. And in fact, the word strategy has become so overused that it's now combined with terms like imperatives, pillars, and objectives that many managers really have no idea what it means. Throw the word strategic in front of another word and all of a sudden you have people's attention and a new initiative. But like the emperor with no clothes, sooner or later, that booty is getting exposed. In determining the essence of a thing, it's helpful to begin with what that thing is not. Think the ABCs. Strategy is not aspiration. How often have you seen a vision or goal masquerading as strategy? A vision is the future aspiration, what you'd like to be in 10 or 15 years. A goal is generally what you're trying to achieve. To become the market leader or the premier provider of your secret sauce or the world's most sustainable product are noble aspirations. Just don't confuse them with strategy. Strategy is not best practices. If you benchmark the competition and then adopt the best practices, you have not developed strategy. You have converged with the competition, not distanced yourself from it. Strategy serves to differentiate your offerings and your company from the competition by providing superior value to customers. Strategy is not cautious. Find me a strategy that's not last year's leftovers reheated and dialed up with some salt and pepper to make it palatable to the group going down the same path that they've been down a dozen times before. Find me a strategy that isn't afraid to upset some of the customer base because it actually contains real trade-offs that are designed to not appeal to everyone, especially the unprofitable, high-maintenance customers you should have fired years ago. Find me a strategy that doesn't bore the people expected to implement because it contains nary a new insight. As former Disney CEO Bob Iger said, the riskiest thing we can do is just maintain the status quo. Strategy is the intelligent allocation of resources through a unique system of activities to achieve a goal. Simply put, strategy is how you plan to achieve a goal. Mic drop? Not quite. Let's break it down into its three primary components: resource allocation, unique system of activity, and achievement of goals. How do you use your resources, time, talent, and budget, comprises your strategy. You may have a strategy written down in a PowerPoint deck, but show me how your people are spending their time, talent, and budget every day, and you'll see your true strategy. If you have not clearly written out and communicated the strategy on a consistent basis, then where people channel their resources becomes a matter of chance. Good leaders don't leave strategy to chance. Perhaps the most common error regarding strategy is mistaking operational effectiveness for strategy. Operational effectiveness is the proverbial wolf in strategy's clothing. It means to perform similar activities in a similar manner as competitors, trying to do them a little better or faster. However, employing operational effectiveness without strategy is like running the same race as competitors, only hoping to be a little faster. Incorporating strategy indicates that we are going to run a different course than our competitors, one that we ourselves have designed to win. If your strategy does not include different activities or similar activities performed in different ways, then it's not going to create distinct value. It's not until you get off the beaten path that the beating can begin. In my strategic coaching work with the senior executives, I review roughly 300 plans a year, and many are too complex, too long, or both. A good plan simply answers two questions. What are you trying to achieve, and how will you achieve it? Your goal represents the answer to the first question, what you are trying to achieve. And strategy answers the second question, how you will achieve it. While it may be tempting to start with the strategy in developing a plan, remember that you have to first determine your destination before you can identify how to get there. The next time you're in a meeting and someone starts egregiously throwing the word strategic around, or combining it with other terms, or confusing strategy with different planning terms, pull the needle off the record and share what strategy really is: the intelligent allocation of resources through a unique system of activities to achieve a goal. Strategy is how you plan to achieve your goal. Then you can drop the mic.